What's going on, everybody? It's Tom.
And it's Jamie. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2024.
Hi, I'm Liam Stevenson from the band Divide by Design.
Lovely. Oh, yes, we talked over email.
Yes,
Wonderful stuff. Perfect. How's your personal Sunday treating you?
It's been good. We've kind of just been around the media tent most of the day.
Okay.
Trying not to stress about going off and performing in a minute, but...
Are you not just enjoying this?
Yeah. Sun creamed up, enjoying the sun.
It's crazy, because I think us in the UK just go, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, it was cloudy when we this morning. We're like, oh, it's going to be
Did you just get
cool.
it today?
No, so we've been here all weekend.
Oh, nice, okay.
But we woke up, it was really cloudy. It was like, oh, it's not going to be too warm today. And then about an hour later, it was like...
Yeah, it's going to be blistering. Just watch out for tomorrow. That's all I can say. It's hitting the 30s. We're so British, aren't we? Weather talk. Lots of weather talk. Yeah. We must discuss the weather for at least 5 minutes, and then we could talk bands. Excited for later?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. We've got lots of notes we'll be playing. It's going to be an intense set as well, with hardly any stops, basically. Everything's going to lead into one another.
I suppose we've got, how long? About 30 minutes or so?
30 minutes.
Yeah.
They gave us 30 minutes. We're going to use every single minute.
Exactly. I think that's beautiful. Bye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bye. So for Divided by Design show, compared to Divided by Design festival show, do you set this up accordingly? So if people aren't so familiar with yourself, say you want to both play all the bangers to bring those people in?
Yeah, so we really tailor it depending on who we're playing with.
Okay.
For this, we were like, let's bring out all the intense, heavier songs, but we go to a lot of lighter tracks as well, which wouldn't really fit here. But when we play with more proggy bands, then we try to add more of those ones, because we kind of go all over the place. But we've gone technical and heavy.
Nice.
Yeah. So as a podcast, we're ambassadors for Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Yes.
Are you aware of Sophie and the story?
Not exactly, no.
So, 17 years ago today,
Right.
Sophie was walking through a park after a night out with her boyfriend, and they were attacked by a gang of lads, and Sophie lost her life.
Right.
And this happened simply because she was a goth, the way they were dressed. Didn't know these people, nothing, just literally no other rhyme or reason about that. So Sophie's mum then started this foundation as a charity to help support us, the alternative community, to make sure this doesn't happen again, what happened to Sophie. So we're talking to artists over the weekend to basically get some information about some of the stereotypes you may have been put upon you in your life because you're part of this community, whether it be when you were younger or now, because you walk around gentlemen with long hair. Have you had the comments that go, the stereotypes of, but he's rough and ready, but he worships the devil, them sort of things?
Like, I've always kind of tried to have long hair, and you get all sorts of comments like, oh, it looks like a girl or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or kind of.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. And all kind of that. But places like this is a great community of people who is accepting of everyone. There's all kind of people. I saw Darth Vader walking around earlier.
He's here again, is he?
Yeah. Judge Dredd as well, but.
Yeah, that is sick.
And I think having these communities where people are accepted and aren't judged is a great thing for everyone,
Absolutely is. The other thing we're asking as well is, obviously, back in what happened to Sophie was 2007, and when we were young, the world now in 2024 is a very different world.
Yes.
So do you think it's probably easier to be part of this community now, especially for younger people, or still challenges?
I think it's kind of swings and roundabouts with it. With social media now, it's easier to connect with people who are similar, but then it's also easier to get kind of in a situation where you feel very much alone and no one supporting you. So I think it's important to kind of reach out to the outlets that are available and kind of finding people who surround yourself with people who bring you up,
Yes.
And when people who are around you are negative or try push you down, that's a sign to stay away from them,
Absolutely.
and try get out of that.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a common thing we've heard this weekend is like, It doesn't seem to be so much of an issue in person as it was.
Yeah.
But online, it's just a clusterfuck.
Agreed. Yeah.
It's where a lot.
It's a lot of kind of anonymous people who are scared in themselves. You know.
Absolutely. Keyboard warriors, I believe the term is. Yes. But bringing it back to you guys, you are here because you won Metal to the Masses.
Yes.
What was that moment like when you heard your name called out?
It was amazing. All of our fans from we won the Leeds heat, but we had people from all over come down and watch, and it was amazing. It was a long night, and the whole time we were like, "Have we done enough? Have we done enough?" And then when we got announced, it was thunderous applause from all our fans. Phenomenal. It was amazing. For even a few weeks afterwards, we were like, did we actually do that?
I always feel sorry for the bands that go on first in these Metal to the Masses competitions. You spend the whole time going, did we do enough? Were they better than us? Did they get a louder applause than us? That whole night, it's like, waiting for the end of it to come.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. But you guys, what's the future looking like for you guys now after Bloodstock?
So we've recently recorded some live in studio performances of some of our songs, because we kind of, after we've been hitting the live shows quite consistently over the past few years, and we realised that there's a clear difference between the recordings and when we play it live. Obviously, because it's instrumental, there's room to kind of change them a little bit and improvise here and there. And stuff that compositionally works on a recording might not come across the same way live. So we wanted to kind of showcase the playing and kind of how we change the songs in terms of that. And we've also got a headline show in our hometown in October that we're looking forward to as well.
Incredible. Thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with us today.
No
it means
worries,
the absolute world.
Thank you.
Go and absolutely tear that stair down.
Smash it.
Thank you so much.
Toby from Awake by Design.
Adrian from Awake by Design.
Ben, also from Awake by Design.
The trifecta. I can't believe it. Wonderful stuff. Thank you so much for joining us on this absolutely stunning Sunday. How are your personal Sundays?
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit warm today though, isn't it? But you can't complain about the weather, can you?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually got sun cream on today. I sunburnt yesterday, so far so good.
I was going to say, I think us in the UK just go, fuck is that?
Yeah. That's pretty much what we do, isn't it? Yeah.
Why is it so warm here? And also, are we even British? We don't talk about weather first before we get to band stuff, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course.
So it's, it's
You're not
vital.
English if you don't complain about the weather.
I mean, I'm non-English, so let's not say that. Okay, that's why I say British. I'm from Scotland, and I will not have that. I'm joking. It's all good. Don't worry. Easy mistake to make with the fact that I have an English accent, so so I get it. It's fine. Anyway, where the fuck were we? How's your? Sorry about that. So let's try that again, shall we? How was the set?
Yeah, we had a few technical hiccups, but we made the best of it, and it ended up being really good.
How technical were the hiccups?
Just the general live stuff, really, like a few guitar bits and pieces. But
okay.
Nothing terminal.
Okay, you didn't have to shout chords out or anything.
No, we did actually have to. We had to sort out some chords, didn't we? Guitar chords and everything. It's normally guitarists that seem to have the problems with technical issues. You can always find that.
Well, no, like, what happened to just plugging in an amp and then it just worked and that was it?
Yeah, what did happen to that?
I was alright though.
Well, it came out. That was the issue. It came out. That was the issue.
It was officially plugged in, but then it just came out. Yeah.
Weird. I mean, everyone has all these like wireless things now because they want to run around and.
Yeah, there's so much technology going on. You got wireless, then you got like the cortexes going on and all sorts, and it's just like it can get a bit much sometimes.
I feel your pain. I can hear it in your voice. You know what I mean?
You got all this expensive equipment. It's just too much.
Yeah. Well, you
spend thousands and then it just doesn't work.
Playing a massive festival.
Oh, it works at band practices. But
it always works at band practice.
But for an Awake by Design show compared to festival set, do you change the sets up accordingly? So, like, if people aren't so familiar with yourself, say you just drop in all the bangers.
We've had a couple of festival appearances recently, so we've kind of kept the same set for a couple of festivals.
Okay.
But I think after this, now we're going to kind of changing up a bit, and we're going to be working on new material fairly soon. So it'll be some old stuff, some new stuff coming in, and yeah, we'll be mixing it up a bit, definitely.
Incredible. So us as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of Sophie and the foundation?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're talking to artists at the festival this weekend to basically find out about some of the stereotypes and the presumptions you may have had put upon you because you're part of this alternative community. I think we can all guarantee when we were younger, we got treated like shit because we listened to this sort of music. But not just when you were young, even now, today. Do you still get these issues, or someone just assumes something about you because of the music you listen to?
Yeah, I think when you have long hair as like a guy,
Yep.
it can sometimes bring about some stereotypes. I personally haven't had like too many things happen, but I know a lot of people that have. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit. I don't know.
See, for me, when I was a bit younger, maybe, yeah, because I had long hair back then as well. I used to dye it black as well, like proper like goth it out. And then I find over the last sort of like 10, 15 years, it hasn't been too bad, because I find now as a society, everyone seems a bit more accepting of things. You'll always get those groups of people that will always, be racist or horrible about certain things, which, is just unfortunate. But I think people are more accepting of things now, which is great. But yeah, there are still some prejudice every now and again, isn't there, unfortunately? But it's got better, and we're going in the right direction, but it still needs to get better, doesn't it? I think we can all agree on that, yeah.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
I can't top that. I can't top that.
I think you'll always have like people that are quite small-minded and that don't accept other people, maybe.
yeah.
And I think it'll be really tough to like completely eradicate that, but I think we are definitely going in the right direction. So,
Well, oddly enough, that was going to be my next question, because obviously in 2007, when this happened to Sophie, and when we were growing up, the world of 2024 is a very different world. It's a whole new landscape out there. So do you think it is easier to be part of this community, especially for younger people, or still work to be done?
I think it's probably easier to be part of the community.
There's always work to be done, though.
There's always work to be done, yeah. I think if you look a bit different from the norm per se, then you'll probably always have some people kind of pick you out and pick you apart and stuff. But yeah, it's going in the right direction, I think.
Absolutely. Completely
What
agree.
you find as well, I don't know if you guys have ever come across this, but people that dress, I don't want to use the word normal, but when people who dress just like, I don't know, like a white shirt, blue jeans, the basic normal.
I know what you mean.
And you ask them what sort of music are you into, and so I like a bit of hip hop, pop, and I love heavy metal. They always like metal music, regardless if that's a bit of screaming in there or whatever. Like I've worked with loads of like managers and stuff that have like in different industries that have like, you wouldn't ever think it, but they're into heavy metal. And you say like, oh, I'm in a band, and like, oh yeah, and you tell them, oh, we like this band and that band, and oh, you sound like them, do you? And oh, great. A lot of people listen to metal. It's universal. So I think everything's a lot more accepted now, but it does definitely need to go in a bit more of the correct direction, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think the music itself is becoming a lot more accepted, because like you were saying, you got things like that, you got people like Bring Me the Horizon are doing these huge tours, you got people like Youngblood are putting their own festivals on and things like that now. But I think it is those people that like to express their originality and be themselves in public. I think that is where the work is still needed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But bringing it back to you guys, what is the future looking like for the band? What have you got coming up?
Well, we've just released a new single called The Only Ones, and today was the second day that we've played that. So it was an honour to be able to play that on the Sophie stage. It was absolutely fantastic for us. We're looking at doing a few more singles, a few more like official music videos, and we'll just have to go from there, because we did think about doing another album. We released an album quite recently, just after COVID hit and all the lockdowns. So 2021, 2020, we released a new album then, but hopefully we can sort of get back on track for that. But it seems with modern society now, everyone seems to like singles, and it seems to get a lot of attention from people, and people are doing like really like small EPs. So I don't know where we're going with that, but we're definitely going to be releasing some more singles.
Incredible. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with us today. It means the absolute world. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, my
Cheers.
friend.
Cheers. Thanks very much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, buddy.
Thank you.
Hello, we're Yersin from Sunderland, and we play horrendous black metal, crust punk, death metal music. So, yeah.
Why do you say horrendous?
Well, it is horrendous, though. You can't deny it.
Come on.
Everyone will have their own opinion on it, but objectively, it is horrendous. So,
Okay, yeah.
but it's maybe by design, yeah.
Yeah, horrendously good. That's how I'm going.
I think this is the first time we've had Mackems on our show.
Good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to let your standard slip too.
Do want them ruddy Geordies on?
Oh, don't worry, we won't. I don't think we ever had a Geordie on, have we?
Good.
No, I don't think we have. No, we tend to avoid the northeast clearly. Yeah. Get as far as about what Darlington and go. Yeah, that'll be fine. Sorry. Anyway, that's besides the point. That's by the by. How has your day been so far?
All right, recovering really. We got here on Friday, so we're just having a day on the waters, to be honest. But the festival up to now has been class. Like, just been partying basically.
Nice.
Been good. So yeah, trying to get our business hats on for today. Yeah, but yeah, we're all feeling good.
Now bananas, now pepperamis, and we're ready to play some rock and roll.
Hello, Baroccas.
I get the baraccas and pepperamis.
I think it's in the UK, especially up north. You probably go, the fuck is that in the sky? What the fuck is this?
I almost wore...
I've got 2 coats on. As soon as we're doing here, I'm taking it off.
At least keep prepared.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. At least keep fucking prepared.
A bit of rain, so I haven't done too badly.
Justify the coats.
Yeah. Don't want to leave the house without my coat, okay?
But obviously you're playing later today. How excited are we for the set?
I'm currently really nervous.
Which is a good thing though,
I
surely.
didn't think I would be, but this morning I woke up and I was like, it's here. Shit.
It wasn't for it really. You've just got to treat it like another gig though. Just got to get them to do what we do every week in the practice room. That's the way I'm looking at it. Like, so yeah, it's probably our highlights of our career so far. Like, so yeah, obviously we are buzzing for it. Like
From a guitar perspective, I'm trying like a new 3-amp system, so I'm running 3 full stacks at the same time. Never tried it before, but as we were saying this morning, might as well get a good audience to see if it goes wrong. So we can have as many people tell me, yeah, that's not right. So we get that. So
you see people fighting against the noise, and you're like, oh, it's very windy today.
So, I mean, that's my only little concern. The rest of it, I am just dying for it. Basically, it's just, I've been coming to Bloodstock for years, and I don't know, to be here, just even just on the small stage, to be a part of it, talking to you guys, it's just fantastic.
It's crazy being treated like not celebs exactly, but
just have a little bit of something.
It's an insight into the other side of the festival. Like, it's cool. Like artist parking. Felt pretty good pulling up in there.
Park the car a little bit closer.
I'm right on the back end of the field. Like,
well, it's really Led Zeppelin, that artist parking.
Hey man, I'm enjoying it. Well, I can.
Compared to a Yersin show to a Yersin festival set, do you change sets up accordingly? So obviously people may not be so familiar with yourself, say, so you wanted to put all the bangers in, draw those people in?
Well, the bangers are in, if you call them bangers, but we've been given a bit extra time, so we've just put some extra, like, as with it being like Bloodstock, we've always wanted to do, we've put in the first song we ever written ages ago. It's not released anywhere, so we're going to try that one, and we're going to try a few from the new record, and what will be, will be. What will be.
Yeah, just go up there and have some fun. That's what we're all about.
Get my leather on.
Get the leather on and the spikes on. Live the dream.
That's got to be part of being a metal musician. In this heat, you'd be like, fuck, I got to wear metal. I got to wear bloody leather. Oh!
I mean, I had to leave the house with these combat pants, but I just can't play in shorts.
Oh.
So it's just like, I can feel the sweat just going down the inside of the material and pooling it and sockets.
I thought I'd be questioning all my life choices, but I should have got into hip hop.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
There's my boo-boo, mate.
So, us as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of the foundation and the story?
Yeah. I believe it's 17 years today.
17 years
Yes,
today.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely is. So we're talking to artists at the festival this weekend, which basically, because we know we were all treated like shit when we were younger because we listened to this sort of music in school and whatnot. But we're trying to find out what were some of the stereotypes that you've had to endure in your life because of being part of this community. Whether it be when you were younger or even now today, walking around arms full of tattoos, do you get the, oh, but he wants a fight, you know, those sort of opinions behind you?
I think as a kid, like when you were into metal, like I had long hair, and when you walk past any group of chavs, you kind of thought, you know what, something's going to kick off here. And it didn't always, but sometimes it did. It's just I don't want to say you're constantly living in fear, but there's always like that kind of doubt, oh, these going to jump us. It is, the Sophie is like, you know, Sophie what happened to her.
Yeah.
It shows it can go like, you know, everyone gets in a fight, gets beat up, but it's just disgusting.
I think you make a really good point there, because sometimes it isn't. Is it gonna that it actually happening? It's that fear of it happening. You spend your life going, fuck, you know, like constantly looking over your shoulder because it can happen, and Sophie is obviously a proof of that.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed is that when let's grab there. Yeah. Like when we were kids, like growing up, like to be into like metal, and like new metal was huge at the time, so everyone had the massive like Mudvayne hoodies on and stuff like that. You were almost like not ashamed, but it wasn't like socially acceptable. But nowadays, I think people, like the kids growing up, discovering all of this, they're a bit more proud about it. So I think the stigma's going away. That look at all these people here, we're all here for the same reason. So why be ashamed of it? Why feel as if? Because it's awesome, really. So why be worried about it? I mean, people are proud.
I think because we've all hung around together. There's a big group of us all metalheads, and Sunderland. I think Sunderland's got a pretty decent metal community. So it's like you're not alone. You know, you're with fellow people, I guess. Like yeah, we've got
comrades. Good word for us.
But yeah, I think Sunderland's not as judgmental as what you might think. Yeah,
I think like you just get judged for wearing certain T-shirts and things. But now places like Primark, H&M are doing like Metallica T-shirts and stuff. So it's like it's just proof that metal's better than anything else, really.
Absolutely.
Oh, I broke your mic.
It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. So you had an album come out in January, but how's that been received?
Fucking unbelievably received. It's crazy.
Yeah, like we never used to expect anyone would like really care, but it seems to came out. I mean, it sounds great. It was recorded by Joe Clayton at Neo Studio, so sonically it sounds as good as any AAA tier metal record. So, but people just really liked it, and obviously we're very appreciative of that. But hearing people say, "Oh yeah, your record's awesome" and stuff, it doesn't really sink in, and it also like doesn't really sit well, because like you're thinking, are these people sincere? Are they just taking the piss or whatever? But we're here. It's gone down all right, so it's proof, I guess.
Absolutely. You're here, and you're going to be on that stage, and you're going to have your fans out there, and that's when you'll go, yeah, it's pretty fucking good, isn't it?
Not bad for a hobby. Pretty good hobby.
Yeah, it's an expensive but fun and good hobby. Yeah.
Golf. We're going to be playing golf instead of this.
Golf next week.
Gents, thank you so much for taking time out to chat with us today. It means the absolute world.
Thank you very much, lads.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you guys.
Enjoy the rest. Yeah, my name is Ben V from Ludovico Technique.
And it's an absolute play. Might I say, I know I said before we started recording, but you look fantastic.
Well, thank you, I appreciate
it's
it.
Such a gap.
Yeah,
Where did the inspiration for it come from?
Oh, I'll tell you what. So basically, you ever been in like a sauna or something like that? You kind of let the toxins permeate out of your skin? Well, artistically, when I dig deep into like all of the things in life that I pull from, this permeates to the surface. And this is a little bit of an expression of all of the toxic things that we've dealt with in life. So there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you look phenomenal.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Nobody else could pull that off. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. It's all you.
It's all me. It's all me.
All right. How was your personal Saturday treating you?
The personal what?
Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday's going great. It's a sold out. Sold out
yes,
today.
Yes, it is sold out today.
Yeah, we're having a great day here at Bloodstock. Yeah.
And the sun's here as well. Normally in the UK we go, what the fuck is that? So
right. Like it's this. Oh, it's sunshine.
Yeah.
It's just kind of frightening a little bit, right? Yeah. What is this? Yeah. I've never seen this before. Yeah.
How was your set?
We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if it was going to be just a bunch of people. What's this gothic stuff then? You know, like we didn't know, right? We didn't know.
That's a good accent.
Well, there you go. So, the moment from the very beginning, it went exceptionally well. We were given a warm reception, and we were overwhelmed with the amount of support and positivity that we were shown And so, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing about Bloodstock, though. I think no matter what time you're on, no matter what day it is, no matter how drunk people are, how hungover people are, they'll show up.
Yeah.
People turn up because they want to see new music, they want to see what's going on around the festival.
Yeah.
So it's phenomenal, and I'm fucking chuffed for you, man. That's absolutely unbelievable.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah.
But compared to a Ludo show, to a Ludovico Festival show, do you change your set this up accordingly to if people aren't so familiar with yourself, so you just drop in all the bangers?
No. I mean, there's no we don't skimp. It's not the Ludovico light show or anything like Diet Ludovico. No, you're gonna get the full experience. Yeah. So you get the full thing. So if you can't make it and you make it to a show, you're gonna get the raw, you're gonna get it all. So there it is.
So, as a podcast, we're ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you aware of the foundation, Sophie's story?
Yeah.
So, when we're talking to artists this weekend, we're basically trying to find out some of the stereotypes that may have been put upon you being part of this community. We all know when we were growing up, we got treated like shit, let's be honest, because of what we listened to. But what sort of stereotypes have you had put on you, not just when you were younger, but even now today, because being part of this community?
Yeah, I think that so there's twofold with that. So out in the normal world where there's from someone who's not Gothic at all or whatever at all, they'll see someone just dressed in black and they'll think, oh, I'm gonna go the other way. This is some demonic. Yeah. They got they're putting the evil eye on me. I don't know. And we all know that that's rather absurd. Wearing a T-shirt that's black or wearing a little bit of makeup or having a bunch of tattoos. Honestly, I'll tell you this, the most warm and welcoming people I've ever met usually are the ones that have tattoos, that are wearing dark makeup, that have black clothing. And here's why. They've seen some things out in the world. They've overcome a lot of those things. And in a very kind of almost warrior-like fashion, we wear the things that we have defeated as a badge. The darkness that we have overcome, you wear as your tattoos.
Yes.
Almost like a bear, like you've defeated, and then you're like, this is my skin now. And so all these demons that we've come across, we wear them as our armor to protect us from the really frightening things, which are just people's ignorance out in the world now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautifully said.
Now, when it comes to the other aspect, the one that's a little bit less severe, one that's a little bit more superficial are, sometimes there will be people that, I only like this kind of music. I don't like this. What's this guy's got a little bit too much makeup on. I'm not, so that is a little bit, that can be overcome very easily. I think people who have maybe a little bit of they have what they like and they're not very open to other things, I think if they come out and they experience things and they only like a certain subgenre of music, maybe a little gatekeepery, all it takes is a few moments of enjoyability, and that'll open them up to say, you know what, that was all right.
Yeah.
That was all right. Yeah.
I've always said people like that, they just need that one band.
Yeah.
As soon as they hear them, they go, do you know what? That's pretty good, actually.
You know what? There it is. Convert.
So, one thing we're asking as well is, when what happened to Sophie happened in 2007 and when we were all growing up, 2024 is a very different world.
Yeah.
So many things have changed in society and whatnot. Do you think it's easier now to be part of this community than it was, or still work to do?
I think publicly it's easier. I think that what happened to Sophie probably doesn't happen very often these days, through the good work of the foundation, through everyone out here who supports being an independent, expressing yourself in the way that you want to. I still think that maybe if you're not under the same risks that you were long ago, you still, might get judged in a way that isn't conducive to a happy and healthy life. And I think that, like I had said, the work that you guys are doing to help raise awareness, I think that there's never, would you say there's going to be a time where you don't want to, continue?
Exactly. I don't think there is an end game,
right,
to be honest.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be work to do.
Exactly.
Which is heartbreaking as it is to say it. It's true, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I think that as time goes on and people are more, whenever someone's little cousin or a grandparent's little granddaughter is into this kind of thing, they'll be like, oh, it's all right because little Susie, she has purple hair, or she wears black. And it gains acceptance because the more people get into it, the more that your people out there that would otherwise have a bad opinion about it, they get to see that it's not all evil and these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The devil's music.
Right. If little Susie, your niece, his nephew, and all that are into it, then it can't be all that bad.
Exactly.
Before we let you get out of here, you have just finishing up now a UK tour. How's that been for you?
So, as I had said about coming to Bloodstock, I could say broader for the UK, we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't know if we were going to get here and it was going to be filled with the coolest dudes that are too cool to... I didn't know if I was going to be playing to just to see a cool dudes, the coolest dudes I've ever seen in my life. Everyone's just too cool, right? But, luckily, I guess it must be the Ludovico, whatever, charm, the magic, whatever. Everyone came to have a good time, and I think everyone did have a good time. And so we did Glasgow, Manchester, Sheffield, we did London, we did Cardiff, Wales. And every city was a little different in a way of just energy. I can't even. And then of course here, Bloodstock, this is great, like the final, like the crowning jewel of that entire experience. And so the UK, we hadn't come before, but I will be back again.
That's what we like to hear.
For sure.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Last but not least, last record you released, 2022. Is there new music on the way?
There is. Thank you for asking me. So when we get back, probably the rest of the year, I'll release a single or two, and then 2025 we'll release a full album, and we'll go back on tour.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
We'll see you over here then. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us.
Of course,
thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Of course. Yeah. I don't know if I got. You might have to wipe that
That's
off.
fine. Yeah.
Theatrical. It's just theater makeup.
That's all good.
All right.
good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, I'm Anton from Beast in Black. Hello.
Absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Not at all. Massively appreciate it. How has your Sunday been?
Pretty good, to be honest. I slept pretty long, which is rare when I'm on tour or festival, so I feel relaxed and enough rest. Great gig, great audience. First time we play a UK festival.
Really?
So yes, indeed. We've been here many times, but never played a festival here. Today was the festival debut for Beast in Black.
On the main stage as well.
And on the main stage. So we felt really welcome and really grateful for the people because the field was full, packed.
Yeah.
And the response was like...
It's a good thing about Bloodstock because I think no matter what time you're on, no matter what stage you're on, people will show up. No matter how hungover they are, drunk they are, tired they are, everyone will turn up and sit. That's amazing. I'm so pleased that you had. So the set was all good there. The set was all good.
Yeah, the set was good. Yeah. What we had 9 songs or something.
Yeah.
45 minutes, I think. Yeah.
I'm good because I wanted to come and see you, but we've been stuck here all day. So.
Yeah, there's gonna be a next time for sure.
100%. Oh yeah, I'm sure you'll be back. There's absolutely no way you can't tear the shit out of that stage and then not come back. Do you know what I mean?
I was gutted. I saw you a few years back supporting Nightwish in Birmingham.
Oh,
I was like, they're playing here, I cannot wait. But yeah, we were stuck here. So. But it sounded great from here.
Okay.
For a Beast in Black show, compared to a festival show, do you change your set list up accordingly?
It depends on the, set length. If we play 90 minutes, like this summer, we had a couple of kind of a headline shows.
Yeah.
One in Helsinki and one in Germany. I forgot the name of the city. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But we had kind of the same set list there in Germany and Helsinki. Just switched the order of the songs, but it was more or less the same. Anyway, we only have 3 albums, so you can do only that much.
It's quite a bit there though. 3 albums worth pretty decent.
Yeah, but I'm always thinking, like, apart from Beast in Black, you know, I started to write songs when I was 13 years old.
Okay. Oh wow.
There's like so many songs that I wish I could record and release material that I've written with Beast in Black, like 3 albums per year or something or more.
Yeah.
But you know, the touring takes time. You know, our last album came in 2021 October. Ever since we've been touring with that album basically. So it's been a long touring cycle, almost 3 years. In 3 years, I wish I could have created like 10 more albums for Beast in Black.
Yes. Yeah.
But the reality is what it is, and in 3 years when you play like tour after tour, and the set list, you know, to the musicians, to us it starts to feel like we've had kind of all variations of the 3 albums we can have. All variations which work.
Yes. I suppose, like you say, after a while, a bit, you're like, I'd really like to play some different songs now. I'm getting a little bit bored of playing these ones. But as a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Have you ever heard of Sophie and her story?
No, sorry.
No, that's fine. So basically, 17 years ago today, Sophie was walking through a park with her boyfriend after a night out, and she was attacked by a gang of youths, and she lost her life. And this literally happened because of the way she was dressed, because she was a goth, because she listened to alternative music. Now, Sophie's mom then started this foundation to basically look after us, to make sure this doesn't happen again. And the aim is to make being alternative a hate crime, because that's why her daughter was targeted. So we're talking to artists this weekend to find out, like, if it's something you've experienced being part of this alternative community where you've been treated differently, because, you know, you're a gentleman walking around with long hair. Is this something you've had assumptions put on you or stereotypes or anything like that?
Like in elementary school, I think there's no kid that hasn't been like, no kid that has not encountered some sort of bullying or something.
Yeah.
But already back then, to me, it felt like intuitively like wrong.
Yeah.
And when we grow up, we get refined as humans. Like, where do I stand? What are my moral views and like all that sort of stuff. But one thing is that don't hurt others. It's like so basic stuff that's it's either in you or it's not in you. It's kind of intuitive, instinctive. Like, and Beast in Black definitely stands for that. Not to hurt others just for the sake of hurting. You know, when someone is an asshole or wants to pick like blood from their nose, like, then if someone deserves, then that person deserves. You know, that's you have to know where to draw your own line. But like,
absolutely.
If someone is not causing any harm, don't attack like that person, even if it's not in line with your like religion or culture or whatever. If someone prays for this god or that god or dresses that way, is that color or speaks that language, or something is going on in the world that causes like polar like opinions, like think first before you throw the stone, basically.
Yeah.
So like,
it's so simple, isn't it? Think first. How hard is that? Just think first before you act. It's really not difficult, is it?
Yeah.
But obviously, when that happened to Sophie and when we were growing up and stuff, 2024 is a very different world. It's such a different landscape in the world today. Do you think it's easier to be part of this community now, or still work to be done?
I don't know. I live in my own bubble, to be honest. Like whenever we're not touring, like not festivals and tours, I'm like so closed with my own stuff. Like my only social life is like out here with the band, more or less. But I kind of reflect my own thoughts, what I see either from like my friends, family, news, and meeting random people out in the city. I live in Helsinki.
Okay. Yes.
I kind of like, as any artist, I think everything we are in touch with affects us
it might not inspire us, but it affects us. There's a difference, and that kind of is the way how I live. So I still go always back to my bubble, but when I go to sleep at night or something, I might think, what did I go through today? What encounters I had, or what thoughts came to myself, and then I write stuff down and try to make it somehow make sense. For the music, if I'm lucky, it's always great if I can find an output through the songs for the thoughts that I live, for the things I live through in everyday life. That's kind of my reality, everything, could this be a song or not? Like, I think everything through that kind of like almost.
That's what you call passion, my friend. That's what that is.
It's passion. Well, that's one thing for sure, but I think it's like it's all-consuming thing for me, more than just passion. That's one thing for sure, but it's way of life, and I can't avoid it. It's hard to switch off the brain or your heart and soul. Like I feel I have a certain emotional response to things which I notice and encounter with.
Do you ever have those moments, are you just saying there, where you're thinking of these things for songs, where you're in no place you can write it down, like you're in the shower or you're walking down the road, like, shit, I need to put this down somewhere?
I've never, now tell you one secret, I've never told this in an interview before.
Oh wow, exclusive.
Our first single, Blind and Frozen.
Yes.
Like, I was in the shower and nothing dirty about it, just taking a shower by myself, and I was reminiscing of an old song I wrote, like that was not out, and I was just repeating the rhythm of the song, and then kind of just, wow, I'll refine this rhythm and melody a little bit. After the shower, immediately, I dry myself, took the towel, and immediately put the laptop up, and I kept like repeating the melody, and in 15 minutes after the shower, like Blind and Frozen chorus melody was done.
That's incredible.
I've never had the guts to tell this to anyone, but after certain years, you become kind of more like relaxed and mellow with things. It's not so serious. And everyone knows that's how artists are, or any creative persons. Writers, painters, songwriters. You cannot choose the moment. Sometimes it just happens like this, and it was a shower moment.
Well, just bringing it back to Beast in Black, you're saying like the last record came out 2021. Is there new music on the way?
Yeah, always, but there hasn't been a peaceful enough environment to really like set the themes, like set them in stone. Like, okay, the next album is gonna be about this theme. There's been a lot of stuff in my mind that could be on the fourth album, but because of the touring for the last 3 years, you always have to think, okay, we did this tour, then there's this tour. You're gonna think of the pre-production for the next tour and many other things. So I haven't had the chance to clear my mind fully and just focus on writing. There's a lot of new music, lyrics, but I haven't been able to like crystallize the vision yet. But there's gonna be a longer break after this August, from September, half a year or something like that, and we'll try to make use of that time as effectively as possible to write the new album. But you never know like how long something takes. It's horrible. Anyone who knows me knows that like Anton plus deadline is the worst combination ever. But the label, the bandmates, the management, everyone. So, but we do our best. I'll do my best, and we try to. Yeah.
It's almost like you have all this inspiration. As soon as you get given a deadline, your brain just goes, nah.
I don't want to think of deadlines. That's the thing. Like, if you get stressed in a wrong way, it doesn't help the creative process.
Yeah, exactly. You want it to come naturally.
Sometimes deadline is a muse. The deadline is the best muse, they say, in certain ways, but sometimes you have to know when you really need that kind of a breather, honest breather, like, no time, no schedules, no deadlines. Don't think of those. Clear your mind, and I try to get to that zone in September.
Amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time out to chat to us today. It means the absolute world. It's been great fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, here's Bjorn from the Night Flight Orchestra.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love the hat. Absolutely phenomenal. Just
Yeah,
the whole
it's a Monty. It's like the summer Monty. So it's like it's breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We love that. Incredible. How's your son?
Yeah, there's also Monty that's like a winter Monty. Kangol. But yeah, I don't recommend doing that on a day like this, especially.
It's been unbelievable. I think this UK weather a bit like, what the fuck is that in the sky?
I mean, every time I've been here, it's been super hot.
Really?
Every time, yeah. So I don't know if we...
Maybe it's you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you. Yeah. Come back more, Bjorn.
Yeah,
Come
okay,
back more.
Yeah.
I know you're not an actual pilot, but still, just bring us on with you. Fly over here, and you're all good. It'd be
I think I
absolutely
can deal with that.
Yeah, brilliant. We'd appreciate it massively.
Thanks. I can do
That's
that.
all right. No.
It's committed now. It's on camera, just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a contract.
How was main stage? How was the set? How's it all been for you today?
It's been really, really good. Like I mentioned from stage 2 years ago, we were in that tent.
Yeah.
And kind of closed the whole festival. I remember it's like I saw on the bill it was Lamb of God playing the big stage here, main stage, and I was like, I mean, people are gonna go home after that. No, they did not. They went into that tent and it was on. It was insane. So for me, it was like, how do we top this? You know?
Yeah.
It's hard to do, and especially on a really hot day like this, sun in your face. You know, it's going to limit your energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slightly, but we did everything we could, and man, the crowd was really good.
Yeah. I think the good thing about Bloodstock, though, isn't it? I think that no matter what time you play, no matter how hot it is, no matter how drunk people are,
people are definitely there. They're going to turn up. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's a UK crowd for you, I think. No matter, they're going to fucking bring it. So,
brilliant.
But compared to a Night Flight Orchestra show, to a festival set, do you change the set list up accordingly, or do you have like a set list used for all festivals?
No, I mean we for each and every show. I mean, when you're on a tour, like a full European tour or whatever. I mean, we usually have the same set. We might change a few songs here and there, but when we do festivals, you know, sometimes you have 60 minutes, sometimes you have 90, sometimes you have 45, sometimes you have 35. So we like to change it around and. I don't know. Today it was tough. It was 45 minutes. How do you squeeze, that many albums into 45?
Well, yeah.
It was like what? I mean, of course you have to focus on the later albums.
Yes.
But you also want the good old gems to be in there, and things that work live. And sometimes you just don't know. Some things we toured South America this spring. It's like. We don't know what works in South America, but we can only guess,
Yeah.
And most of it was working. We changed things around. It's like, oh, that was a better song to do here. It's like, oh, but that one didn't work in Chile, in Santiago. I was like, oh, but it worked really good in Buenos Aires and Argentina. I mean, there's no way you can know until you've done it. But I mean, I think I have a pretty good picture of what our UK crowd like, and I think we had a pretty good set today, and people seem to enjoy it. So I mean,
that's good.
We're here to entertain.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's what you did. As a podcast, we are ambassadors for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Are you aware of Sophie and the story?
Yes, I am aware. I am aware. I read about it, and it's I think it's a great thing that in remembrance. It's just insane, the whole story. It made me so sad, but at the same time I'm so happy to see somebody doing something such a beautiful thing out of it, and making it a thing where people can donate, and that it gets a lot of attention. So I think you're doing a really good job.
Thank you. But obviously, we're talking to artists this weekend because we all are a part of this big alternative community.
Yeah.
Trying to find out whether you've had like stereotypes or assumptions put upon you because you are part of this community. Have you had that where someone's just assumed something bad about you because the music you listen to, the way you're dressed, you got tattooed, whatever it may be?
Well, now I'm like, I
was gonna say.
I have two bands. Well, I got more, but you know, two touring bands, and obviously I'm a part of Soilwork as well. And what comes to mind is like this was more back in the day, but it's like there was, you know, used to be these forums where people were discussing things, and there was a Japanese forum, and somebody saw me because for a while I was living in Kyoto in Japan.
Okay.
And somebody saw me at an ice cream stand.
Oh wow.
And they were like, their whole picture of me was just crushed. The singer of Soilwork eating ice cream? I cannot believe it. What the fuck? I thought he was eating raw meat for breakfast. You know, it's like, so that became a thing. It's like, oh my God, the singer of Soilwork eating ice cream. That's so cute, but I don't know what to make of it. You know, it's like, he's not supposed to do that. Anyway, I think we come a long way since then. That's just stupid. But I don't know. I never really felt, I mean, because I think this has been the ultimate test. Me starting the Night Flight Orchestra in 2010 and doing something completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have gotten a lot more shit thrown at me than I have, and I expected it to, and I wouldn't have cared because it was something that I needed to do, and it's such a beautiful thing. I get best of both worlds, you know, with these bands. You know, it's completely different music styles, but it's I think it really represents me in a really good way, you know. So but I expected a lot more complaints. It's like, come on, it's like, stop doing that bullshit Night Flight or whatever and go back to Soilwork and do the metal thing. There's probably people thinking that for sure, but I expected a lot more shit thrown at me. Didn't get it, and I appreciate you, everyone. Thanks for bearing with me. Trying to be in two different worlds at the same time. Yeah.
I just can't get over the idea of people being mind blown that you'd eat ice cream. It's absolutely baffling to me.
Yeah.
There we are. But obviously, when we were growing up and when Sophie was attacked, the world now in 2024, it's a very different place. It's a whole new landscape out there.
It is, yeah.
Do you think it's easier to be part of this alternative community now than it was back then?
Hard to say. I mean, it's like, as a musician, you know, you see one part of it. Obviously, you know, I go to festivals, and I like to actually do that, you know, to sometimes it's so nice to go with your friends who are non-musicians. They're just fans.
Yeah.
Go to festivals. It's like, you know what? I can just be here today, drink a couple of beers, and I don't have to play. It's like, it's quite nice. Nice to be on the other side of the fence. But I don't know what it's like here, but it's back in Sweden. It's as soon as it's like rock metal. You know, there's no fights, there's no rape, there's none of that bullshit. As soon as it's turning a little bit commercial and people go there to actually pick up girls or boys or whatever, you know, they're picking up. That's the prestige. As soon as the prestige comes in, that's when you're in trouble. You know, people are not there for the music, and that's. I mean, this is what we're seeing here. People are here for the music mainly, absolutely. But of course, just like everybody else, it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch this band and this band and this band and this band. You end up watching one of those bands, and you sit here drinking instead.
Yeah.
But at least there was an aim from the beginning to actually, you know, and that's all that matters. It's just human, you know. But at least we're not, you know.
Absolutely.
Here to, I'm sure people go here to pick up a date too, but you know what I mean. It's a different scenario. Yeah,
absolutely. Before we let you go, bringing it back to yourself, the last Night Flight album was 2021. Is there new music on the way?
Absolutely. There's a lot of stuff brewing. Let me tell you.
Brewing.
So you'll hear some new stuff within a near future. and we should get a proper UK tour as well. So.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
bring the good weather with you again. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
maybe I do that. Even in November, it's like 30 degrees in November. No problem.
Contractually obligated now.
Yep.
Right. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time out
you.
to talk to
Thank
me.
you,
Absolutely
guys.
absolutely well. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
so much.
Thank you.
From you as well.
Thank you.